All right, y'all, welcome back. Jason Michelle here, Ekko Nesters. We are with Bad Betty. We're with Bad Betty quite a bit, as you know, with our videos. And one of the things that I wanted to share with you guys, something that you may not be familiar with, and it's not necessarily your system control panel, but it's a lot of the features that are incorporated within this. So I'm going to go over some of the basics. If you own an Ekko or another Winnebago product, this screen or this control board may look familiar to you. But there may be something I'm about to show you that you're completely unfamiliar with. So we're going to do a brief walkthrough, and then I'm going to get to the goods. So as you can see, it's a little bit of in a dim mode. It's kind of went to sleep, and it's waiting for me to do some things. You'll notice that my tanks are also empty because I just finished sanitizing them. You'll notice that I've got the coach battery, the generator, and the water pump. And when I go ahead and put my finger on there, it illuminates, gets a lot brighter. And let's just say for kicks, I wanted to check the batteries. We've got our coach battery and our chassis battery, and everything looks good. So I'd cycle back and say, okay. And let's just say, just for kicks, I wanted to start my generator. I could go ahead and start it. I'm not going to do that right now. And the other thing is I could fire up my water pump from here. There's another location within the bathroom by the sink. And then, of course, we have our holding tanks. Right now, they are both empty, and they indicate that they're about 68 degrees. Now, if I go ahead and push those, it says that I'm 0 on my freshwater and 0 on my gray. We're pretty level, and what you can count on is if you are not exactly level, you might find a 0 to 5% variance in the tanks. And if you are level, and let's just say that your tanks haven't been recalibrated, you could see 95 to 100%, and it could throw you off a bit. You'll also notice that 68 degrees within the tanks, just right here. So I'm going to step back here. And that all looks pretty familiar. And if you stuck with me this long in the video, you're going to love what we're about to learn. If you haven't, then you missed out. So I'm going to pull down the screen, and it looks like we have a settings button. I'm going to click on settings. And what I have here is a little slide dial. And what I can do is I can change the dimness, if you will, of my screen. I'm going to go ahead and leave it pretty bright for now. And then you also notice that I can change how long I wish it to stay active before it dims just by sliding my finger across. And I can go all the way till indefinite or never. So I'm just going to leave it about a minute. You'll also know that I can set generator hours. Now, if I push this button, and I just got to get my finger on it there, you'll notice that we've run this 4 hours and 7 minutes total, or 40 hours and 7 minutes total, sorry. And everything looks good. I probably don't want to put those and set those because if I do, it's not going to tell the truth about the generator. And I could, let's say that I was going to sell Bad Betty, I would be misleading people. But let's say that you put a new generator in and you needed to calibrate back to 0. What you can do is on your generator function, you just hit set generator. We can set all this back to 0. And then we're good. Now, the likelihood is pretty slim on that, but let's pull it down here and see one other thing. You'll notice that we have a calibration function for the tanks, both for the fresh and the gray, and then there's factory defaults. It'll let you know that this will clear the calibration for all tanks, and tanks must be emptied to calibrate what I like to proceed. I'm going to go ahead and say yes, and the reason is my tanks are fully empty. I completely flushed them, and I sanitize them, so I'm okay with that. Some of you might wonder, well, why would I need to do that? There are times that there are some glitches or some hiccups within the system, and your tanks are a little bit out of calibration. So by going to the factory defaults, that's one option. The other thing that you can do is hit fresh. We could just recalibrate the fresh tank only if we chose to. And I'll pull down again, go to settings, and we could just calibrate the gray tank if we chose to. So the nice thing is you could do them separate or you can do them uniformly, do them meaning recalibrate. So many of you may not know that function exists. If this screen is a little too bright for you or not bright enough, again, all you need to do is pull down on the main screen till you see the word settings. And again, you can play with those things. So I hope this was helpful. I'm pretty sure a majority of folks are unfamiliar with that. And some folks may be familiar with it. So if you have any questions, let us know in the comments. The other thing is, if you like our videos, hit the thumbs up button. Let us know you love it. Subscribe to it. If there's things you'd like to see different, please let us know as well. That's how we grow our channel. We're super happy and grateful for you being here. The other thing is, we do have some merch. I kind of like saying that because I have merch. So at any rate, if you're interested in any of our merch at www.ekkonesters.com, you'll find this. You'll see some other products we carry. You'll see our carbonized double-sided bamboo cutting boards. So thank you again for joining us. I hope this was helpful, and have a wonderful day.